Hey guys and gals, got another one for you today. Today I'm platooned up with Hoops on Icebound Team Destruction, and I haven't really featured Icebound too often. I really don't see the map very often, and I know a lot of people don't like it, so I'm just going to give you a rundown real quick. A lot of the times from the south, a lot of people run up north. However, the other team's going to be up in these hills, so if you can't get underneath the hill, I don't really see a point. You'll just get locked down in the field. The other direction goes over here. Also, will get locked down from the guys in the hills, and then the other people like to usually generalize the central, and that's hard because you get pinned down from every location. So I like to run this inner circle here, and you can either flex in or out, whatever your team needs. Just like all city maps, you have to be very attentive to the map and react to what your team is doing. Generally, in city maps, and this took me the longest to figure out. I struggled with city maps for the longest time. And sometimes I'd push and none of my teammates would move, so I'd just end up dying. Then there'd be the times where I would sit patiently and then my teammates would die and I'd be left alone. And then there was the times where I would try to flank somebody flanking my teammates, and then I would get my teammates out of the position they're in, but then I would be stuck getting flanked. So city matches to me is who can rotate the fastest, rotate the best, and to do that you have to be very attentive to your map, in my opinion, more than any other kind of map. Not to say that rotating faster on field maps or corridor maps are less important, because really, when you break it down, that's generally what's going to win you the game, is like who outflanks who. And yesterday's game, we were in the FE215B. I talked about the gun handling, talked a little bit about the Chieftain, and I figured it'd be a good time to feature the Chieftain. Which city maps are not the greatest for the Chieftain. Only because... oh, bad shot there. The Chieftain has a terrible hull. The turret is strong, however it does have a pretty weak cupola. If you're using the full gun depression, the cupola is somewhat difficult to hit. But if people are above you, that cupola can be taken advantage of, and it gets quite annoying. So to me, if I'm hull down in my Chieftain, I try to be twitchy. That way I give them, the thought of shooting my cupola, but it's harder to hit, and generally I'll get bounces that way. Don't ever try to bounce anything consistently off the hull of this thing. It's not going to happen. I mean, the upper plate is sloped nice, but it's just difficult to get consistent bounces. So we hit the side of the 705A, we hit his ammo rack, and then the Patton hits his ammo rack again, pops his head off, and it is 5-5. We're up to 4,000 damage. I already lost Hoops because what do you do when a Waffle kills your teammates? Well, you get all in. Or you all in the Waffle. They threw pretty much like 3 of their tanks away just to make sure Hoops died. And come over here, help out Oddball. Oddball, I know, is a subscriber, so appreciate the support. Nice to get in games with you guys and play. I don't know all of you. Hopefully, if we play each other, you give me a shout out to, maybe feature the game if it's a good one, and I'd definitely be happy to do that. Alright, it's 6-6. I'm at half health in a city match with my Chieftain. Now, I have awesome DPM, great gun handling, good penetration with my standard rounds, but when we're in a tight match, I want to make sure that I'm penning every shot at this point, so I'm going to switch to my premium rounds. Not a huge difference here. A lot of the times I like to take my APCRs over my AP rounds just because the velocities help you land your shots more accurately, especially on twitchy players. So this Chieftain's driving out in front of me, able to shut him down. Now we're looking for a shot on this E100. We got a shot right into his motor. We light him on fire and he is dead. The E4 shoots through the window. Looks like he's shooting HE too, so that's perfect. Miss a shot into his cupola. Now we're going to push forward. We're only up by 2 tanks. You see we won the middle. They held it right away, and then we just kind of hit them from different angles. And that's what I talked about in the beginning. The center of the map is important. However, it's very dangerous as well. Now, the Death Star was staring at me looking for a shot. I think he probably could have landed that had he taken it. Maybe he didn't have a shell for me. If that's the case, I lucked out, I feel. Looks like we're going to lose the medium in the middle. Death Star takes our Pantera, which probably is a questionable play there. However, the Pantera is an auto-reloader, so he could have lost a lot of health if he didn't take the Pantera down. Now he's looking at me, but I'm... Oh, nope, he's turned. Never mind. But I really felt like it didn't matter too much because he had already shot the Pantera. So we're going to get in behind him. He can't traverse his turret all the way around, so it's going to put him in an awkward situation. High-five the Grilly. Tell him great shot. And then it's on to the last heavy tank here. Our Patton actually held on to kill one of them before he died. On search for the last guy. Up to 6,000 damage, 600 blocked, 700 assist, 4 kills, and usually I can block more than 600 damage because I'm hull down. But in a city match in the Chieftain, you're not going to block a ton of damage. Now in this city map you can find different like hull down ridges to go under, but it's not necessary. So we give the head shake to the Conqueror since he's sitting in a location where you can stay hull down. But obviously just sitting there hull down isn't going to help your team out. You got to rotate on city maps. So we get a high caliber ace tanker, sniper medal, Confederate with 5 kills. It's awesome. And then we didn't have premium this time, so using those APCRs, premium rounds, we didn't use too many of them. We still lost 5,000. We would have made 33,000 with premium. That's all I got for you. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video.